Welcome to our continuation of the DLC Wave 1 to 3 maps in Fire Emblem Engage, the 6 maps that were added to the main storyline as part of the expansion pass, which was then followed up by the full expansion story, Fell Xenologue Wave 4. We've completed 4 out of 6 so far. This is going to be number 5 in the menu order that we've been doing, and we might as well jump right into it. This is Underground Passage. A bracelet has been sighted in a sunken underground ruin. Let's see who it is this time. The doting sister, that can only mean one thing. Or, well, two things.
Rather dark. It's scary, isn't it?
Even if there is a bracelet here, it might be hard to find.
Wait, I think I see it over there. Yes, that's the bracelet of the doting sister.
All right.
Well, I mean, we know who the roster consisted of, and we knew in advance, so this is obviously going to be Camilla from Fire Emblem Fates.
Soar high,
in all of her
Emblem
buxom
of
glory.
Revelation.
Always a pleasure, of course, to hear the theme from Fire Emblem Fates, Lost in Thoughts All Alone. And here's our ex-murderer sister from that game.
It feels like I've been asleep for ages. Thank you for waking me. I am Camilla, Princess of Nor.
Emblem Camilla, we've come to ask for your help.
I almost can't resist.
Sort of interesting that of
someone
all the
who
lords
asks for
in
help so
Birthright and
sincerely.
Conquest, this was the choice.
I need to think about it, though, which I promise to do if you can prove your strength.
You plan to test me then?
What?
Class-wise,
Is
there's
battle
a bit
not
more of a
your
unique
liking?
selection than
Why,
some of the
you're
other ones
as
who are
gentle
available.
as Corin.
Now,
Of
surely she
course,
does have a
it
conversation with
can be
Corin at the end of the map.
preferable to reach an agreement with words alone. But sometimes that isn't possible, even if it's your own family you're fighting.
What do you mean by that?
My sister was torn between those she was raised with and those she was related to. Even while wrenched between Nor and Hoshido, she showed magnificent resolve. She fought for peace and forged her own path.
I suppose
even
that as the
though
emblem
others
of
resented
Revelation,
her.
this is following the Revelation storyline instead.
Is your resolve as strong as hers? I will
The idea
not
would be
settle
that she's
for
representing
anything less.
that route rather than Conquest specifically.
I'm not comparing myself to anyone, but I am determined. You're welcome to see for yourself.
Well then, I assume that means you accept my challenge?
I do.
I accept.
No hesitation. I like that. Shall we begin?
So, since the last map that we finished, the one with Soren from Path of Radiance, I haven't really done much of anything with the party configuration. Nothing too significant anyway. So, well, first of all, figure out what the unit selection is going to be. It's going to be 10 units, down from 12 in a previous map, which finally, at long last, in his DLC selection felt flexible after having had several maps with an extremely constrained party of 8. So we will have to make some cuts relative to the main squad that we took in last time. Also made a small change here. That's, well, let's see. Rather, I'm going to make a small change and put Soren on Citrin, because we'd like to give Soren a bit of a spin. And as far as Celica goes, we'd mostly been using her power for Warp Ragnarok, so we'll just need to remember at the back of my head that we won't have access to this map if we do in fact switch her off. Warp Ragnarok did come to my rescue in a bit of a pinch in the last map, and so it'll be a bit of an adjustment to do without it, but it makes the most sense to put Soren on somebody who is already a spellcaster, given that he has some bonuses from the mystical unit type, as well as quite a lot of interactions here with our magic selection. Now, I don't currently have a wind attack on her directly. That would perhaps come with the Cataclysm. We could perhaps consider putting something like Excalibur on her, but I had thus far been a little bit underwhelmed by the performance of the type effectiveness in weapons like Excalibur, so yeah, always a possibility, but I feel like, we definitely want to keep Nova on her, and I can't really move the other slots either. It's just too useful to have in current setup, even though we do have a map with lots of flyers against which the Excalibur spell could be effective. So, as far as the unit selection goes, this currently drops Alcryst and Fagato. I think I want to trade one of them on because, again, it is a very flyer-heavy map, as we would expect from Camilla being a flyer herself. So I think one of Alcryst and Fagato will have to come in, and I think it will probably be Alcryst just because he packs a bit more of a punch, even if his movement isn't going to be quite as flexible, so... Although, that kind of depends on speed as well. Let's take a look at who we'd potentially be dealing with here. So, Alcryst has got speed of about 30. Fagato is my fastest character. I think he's got like speed 40, which allows him to double up on just about anybody. I think one thing that we will have to check is just a lot of the speed stats on the flyers as is, because Fagato might actually be preferable if we're dealing with everybody being extremely fast. Very, very fast, in fact. It would basically place double attacks on just about anyone else. Yeah, and Camilla herself has about speed 40. That's going to be a little bit crazy, so we certainly couldn't expect much in a way of double attacks anyhow. So, in fact, this is going to be a bit of a concern in general that these attackers are just going to double up on me whenever possible. Also, is that 11 sword I just saw? That we need to be aware of stuff like that in case we have a major and very fast magic attack come in. Yeah, we definitely need to mark a few things like that just to be extra careful so we don't just march our tanks into the middle of a magic attack. I think the natural unit to bench here will probably be Marin. And, yeah, the problem with Fagato is that he's fast, but his attack power is really quite low. In fact, neither of these are really particularly quick characters that we're dealing with here. And so the armor penetration on Alcryst may be quite a bit better. I don't know that the bow ever really has weapon advantage per se, so arm shield is not really that useful, but vantage could be quite good here. As well as the fact that, yeah, he could kind of adapt his defense using Leaf's power where necessary. So I think we'll stay with Alcryst. He can use the Brave Bow to do a double attack even if he does have a speed disadvantage. Just as long as we're mostly dealing with attackers that are at one range. Yeah, looking at these, yeah, there's a spear to deal with, but at least it's a bit of a slower character. Slightly. The main thing we would need to be concerned about are ranged flyers. Particularly that Camilla has quite the magic attack on her as well. That is also going to be incredibly fast. But maybe we can pick off a lot of characters as we go. So she also is only vulnerable to flying and not a dragon, even though I think traditionally she does ride a wyvern. But of course she's an emblem character. She follows her own rules. Let's set up the first turn, I think. We'll probably go with what I said. We'll just go with Alcryst. Just because we do need a bit of that extra punch. And perhaps extra accuracy as well, although Fagato has much lower hit, so We did buff up the hit rate on Alker's longbow quite a bit, which I think would be rather useful here. And yeah, we'll bench Marin and Roy for the time being. Right, we wanted to... How did I not do this? Hang on. Oh, we're going to go Citrin Soren. That's what I said.
Soren!
Yeah, we'll just need to keep in mind that we'll be switching our mindset to using bolting instead, which I think will be good on this map because, you know, you'll get multiple turns of a 10 range attack, even if the hit rate is going to be relatively low. Let's make sure she's in the unit selection since I misclicked her out of there. Definitely keeping Anna because of the bow as well as the axe. Definitely need Ivy and Corin for the freeze plays. Now let's take a look at who else we're dealing with here. We do have a couple of these fabricated Phantom Wyvern Dragons, which are going to be like the enemies that were on Tiki's map, in that they're going to freeze some terrain, which could potentially provide a movement buff as well as cover some of the water and open up some of the terrain. In fact, I would expect that to be the case. And they are able to hit me at up to 3 range, so we'll need to be aware of that. Yeah, it's a lot of these speed stats that are probably most concerning at the moment, given that we pretty much have to expect that these units will double, and we'll just have to fend them off accordingly. So, definitely going to be Louis up front, because then Louis can start attracting the first few characters right away and perhaps do a fairly sizable counterattack. This guy's got a longbow, we've got to watch out for him. Unless we can snipe him up early somehow. I think we definitely want Chloe in this corner here, yeah, because then she can maybe switch to the bow, do a bit of a snipe over here, and just deal with this unit before it comes over. And then... yeah, because she would go here, she'd be able to canter 2 spaces, but then she'd be just a little bit out of range to double up from there. Anyway, we can also make use of Citrin's ability to, with Soren in tow, yeah, the decoy and the anima focus are both available while you are not actually engaged, while you merely have Soren plugged in, so that could be pretty useful in terms of redirecting targets over to Louis. And this guy, yeah, he's not able to come around. I think we'll not fuss around the order too much. Going to stay on Veronica, even though we barely used her, just to get a unit summoned down. Let's take a look at these attack numbers. 48, 48, and 40 over here. I'm thinking we put Jean and Erica here. Then we're able to maybe do an initial blockade. Yeah, because Jean can't reach anyway, so we've got Silver Lance. And we can defend in this location. Bo's going to hit one of them. Top of the melee attackers. Now Louis will probably stand here and just do a poke with Brionac. Then Jean can kind of buckle down with the shield against these characters that are all around speed 27. Yeah, so these two I think will just park in front. That longbow would still be a bit of an issue if it's trying to reach, but then after that we can start doing something else. Now, let's see here. So these characters can reach. Gotta watch out for the staves. Also have to watch out for the longbow. Yeah, actually, there's a bit of an issue that this bow, we need to make sure that if we do some kind of play with Chloe over here, that she pulls back out to avoid longbow damage. Similarly, I think if we do something like a Thoron attack over here as Ivy, just to drop some Thoron on this guy, we do need to pull back 2 slots as well. Now, if we do that, then we're actually able to double up on her with Seedall on the first turn, which has some potential. Let's maybe put Seedall in a central position just so he Actually, this position is fine because he can access this. He can also go all the way up to Louis and Ike as necessary. And in fact, yeah, doing some kind of double tap attack with Ivy over here is probably the best idea, because then you can just eliminate a couple of these units up here immediately before you have to deal with the killing edge on the general. So Vale's got good movement, and she's going to be mostly doing the quad play with Violet anyway, so we'll keep her back. And Leaf, we actually do want to be within a few slots of the front line, because then, yeah, if we're parked over here, then Leaf would be within range to have his get behind me buff on the next turn. So we'll put Anna behind that. I think this looks pretty good. Let's do a final inventory check and then see where we're going. Since Marin's not going to be in play, let's make sure the meal is in a convoy in case we need to grab it. Obstruct's going to be a pretty good staff to have here. We might want to put on a bit of a larger mend on him just in case. Yeah, just trade it off with the one that we have on Pendreo, who I haven't really been using in this DLC series. We will ultimately have to figure out how to beat Camilla, but I think definitely using the Astra Power and Chloe is going to be a big part of that. Now let's see here. What else do we have? We've got... Everything's fine here, I think. We never really did use Veronica's power in any kind of meaningful fashion, but that's just what happens sometimes. Alright, let's play. Let's save. And I hope we haven't missed anything really too significant. Just gonna do a quick look over in case our weapon types are staves that we need to be particularly aware of. Yeah, great axes, pretty heavy attacks over here. Now I think we just need to defeat Camilla. We don't need to route the map, so the fact that she's up here in the center though tells me, well, we'll see, because I expect that we'll kind of get mobbed on the side as well with reinforcements. It's just a lot of units to deal with. The 35 turn recommendation is probably overshooting it quite a bit, given that we came in well under par in the previous maps, but let's not be too complacent. And yeah, distinguishing between the impassable buildings and the flyable river locations is going to be important here, because of course our flyers on this map seem to have a fairly limited height. So, without further ado, did I actually save? Let's save and go. About 20 minutes to set up, which is, I guess, pretty typical for me. Let's fight. Main thing is to remember, I don't have Warp Ragnarok.
Shall we begin? Allow me to start.
She's got the same Dragon Vein as Ivy, I think, just
of the Dragon Vein.
dropping a heal, probably. Although she can drop a heal anywhere she'll... Oh, okay.
This new terrain will give our flying enemies the upper hand. We better be on our guard.
That's unexpected. But it happens before my turn, so I do have a chance to react. Okay, I didn't expect that, but I guess it opens up the map quite a bit. And it does mean that suddenly these tomes... Oh no, they actually still can't go through. This is just going to open up the path for flyers, which is in fact excellent, because it means we can stay well out of longbow range. Now, let's see what the Thoron situation is here over with. Now this guy, it is going to be 100%, so 2 hits, as we suggested before, should be just fine. Also notice that Seedal is able to reach over here if we are in fact doing some kind of play with Chloe. Like, for example... switching over here, yeah, the bows destroy this thing, so we'll be able to take it down no problem, and possibly even snipe something additional on top of that if we refresh her, although I think we'll probably do 2 attacks with Ivy over here just to kill that. Always lovely to see, or rather hear, music from Fates again. Okay, we have to watch out for the Levin Sword. Levin Sword is potentially a problem. Also have to watch out for Camilla And the fact that her companions here have 2 life bars apiece. I wonder if having the Bow Knight, the Wyvern Knight, I don't know if they're meant to represent characters from Fates, because it's not obvious to me who they would be. Unless it's like Baruka and... I don't remember who was the Bow Knight there. Or rather, what the character relationships were for Camilla's attendants. Like whether it was Perry, the rather psychotic cavalry character in that game. Yeah, so Jean will sit here with the shielding art, and he should do just fine.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, as long as we take out this guy, which we will. So Chloe, I think, will give her some flexibility. We'll hit and then pull back this way. We need to make sure that the longbow will not hit her, though. Because if we go here, longbow can come here, 3 range. So no, she can't stand here. Unless... Well, we need to decide then whether we reload her or reload Ivy. I think we need to commit to this pretty quickly here. And my feeling about this is that we will double up on Ivy. Which means Chloe's going to pull back to this spot here instead. Let's not get her range markers confused either. Switch to bow. Either hit will do, and then we pull her back 2 spots.
I can't retreat now.
And yeah, that's nominally still within bow range right now, but we'll be stopping that soon enough, so... At this point, it is going to be Louis in this location. Briannock will be it, so we can get the initial hit. Okay, and then Jean up here, although Jean, of course, will be hit by 2 units after that, which is expected. We do need to establish the front line. And I think we'll also do Chain Guard on him. Not that it'll make too much of a difference. I think we are going to have 3 attackers come in against him. It's going to be 15, 15, and 7. That's the worst case, except, of course, you have Erica's buff, so it's actually going to be much less than that. He's going to live comfortably. Thing to watch out for from that point on is the longbow range. We don't want to stand in it too close. Probably want to get in a little further before we start using Veronica's power as well. If Leaf switches to longbow, he can go longbow versus longbow, and I think he'll actually do just fine. Let me check to make sure that's the case. He'll have speed 30, and yeah, he'll actually be able to fight back very, very comfortably. So, absolutely no issues with standing him here and then switching him over to the longbow. So he can hit back. Other units should probably stand back though, unless we really know what we're doing. Okay, so Ivy will do the same play. This location can be hit by the bow, so we won't go there, obviously. We'll drop the Thoron instead and pull her back.
Nothing left of you.
Cantor, as usual, is an amazing defensive ability. Then we pull everybody else up front. Yeah, very tempted to just get up further, but I mean, and potentially just let the longbow hit somebody, but I I think we'll actually just stand back.
Let's go.
Maybe,
I'll do my best.
defensively speaking, we should actually move Vale over here.
My pleasure.
Wonder what the range is on a Sun Decoy. A Sun Decoy is only adjacent.
I smell gold.
That's important to know. Kind of wonder if we should drop the extra unit from Veronica this turn, but I think we'll conserve. And wait. Don't really know what Book of Worlds does yet, other than count to 5. Anyway, Frost Domain is going to open up some paths up there, as well as some speed buffs. We need to be aware of that. As expected, is going to be 10 damage from Jean. Green Axe is going to get a nice solid crit, and then let's see what a Longbow does. Longbow's going to go for Jean because he can't fight back, as expected. I don't think the Get Behind Me buff stacks, but it did seem to ultimately activate multiple times, so we'll see what we can do. Okay, so we've got these two still going strong over here. I bet we can get some things done with them. I don't know if we want to fight this directly. Probably not. Spear gets pretty close, but any further in, and she does potentially have some issues, although she could fight the axe. As long as she's not... Let's see here. What is this? Brave Axe. Yeah, let's not take her chances there. But supposing she needs to defend at range against the magic units, she can do so. They have a very low hit rate, so even against the double attack from Nova, I think she should be fine. I may even just let her sit there and do a couple of ranged attacks against everybody. Although, if she's on Spear... Yeah, Spear would kill a whole bunch. Main issue here is that Spear is just under what I need. Yeah, but again, she can probably, you know, kill 2 and do something else. Also, Ivy, with Bolganone and Elsurge, is able to kill, which is important. Because, yeah, Chloe can just peel off as many mages as possible up here, and then we are mostly home free, except for this Levin sword, which perhaps she might have to go Astra against that, just so we don't have to deal with spell damage coming from it. Yeah, everybody's going to come along here. Let's just push. This guy's going to come over here. A bunch of units will kind of wander in and cluster. And they'll cluster in over here, which makes it perhaps appealing to go for the Ike power, although it's just going to hit 3 units at most, which perhaps isn't very much. So yeah, I think it'll actually be Chloe dropping Astra against that, or even against one of the dragons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then she could maybe pull back over here after having activated the bow. Yeah, so she would maybe kill one first and then go for a snipe up there. I should probably shoot down a Griffin Knight though. So let's say we go Astra. Take out 11 sword. It's probably our best bet just to get it out of the way. I mean, it would be nice to take out one of the dragons at a distance, just so you don't deal with the freezing breath and all that, but it is well out of the way at this point, so. Yeah, we'll have a second attack from Seedall. So Seedalls won't be able to reach anybody up here. Chloe, I think, would have to. I could go over here, so Chloe could initially hit one and pull back. I think what does have to happen is, let's see, L-Surge on this guy. And then Ivy could even just run around up there and potentially do a good bit of damage just all the way up here. Depending on who's actually going to hit in that location. So this one can go over here and go 1, 2, 3. So yeah, she shouldn't get too close. Here's my issue with the UI in this game, is that sometimes it's actually really difficult to see exactly what kind of range you're dealing with here. Okay, so she would come over in here and hit, and maybe just hold still, or yeah. That could still be hit. Maybe over here then. Or she could bait this in. Except I don't want her to be frozen. Well, anyway. Or L-Surge, pull back 2, yeah. Or maybe bait in this attacker. The Brave Axe is a bit of a concern, though. I think she should just stay in this location. That's probably best. Or even pull back, just so we... but if she's in this location, then she can come up here and hit next turn. And you have to deal with the other Brave Axe. Coming over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'd hit here, pull back 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So up to this point is where she can stand. In that case, let's go L-Surge. And just kill it quickly, and maybe pull back 1 slot.
Unforgivable.
Just makes sense. She's relatively difficult to hit. I mean, who'd you rather have hit you? The 11 sword? Yeah. The 11 sword isn't going to do much against her anyway, given that 37 attack against this. Might even want to bait that unit over then. If you do that, just don't deal with this guy at all. But in that case, let's park here. Okay. So let's say we go finish on over here, and then Divine Fist will just burn that down immediately. Then do any of these have ranged attacks? Doesn't look like it. Tomahawk, I guess. Maybe we shouldn't stand there too close. But Ajan comes over here instead. And then we burn it down quickly.
That must have hurt.
And Ike will hit at most 3 if he is counterattacking from this position. But I think he can do it. In fact, even the 11 sword won't necessarily do much. 37, and it's going to hit twice. That's going to be but 22 and 2, and some damage reduction on top of that. I think he's likely going to be fine, actually. Depending. So, let's go engage.
Won't you join me?
Go either with the resilience buff. Also, a 37 attack here could potentially... Actually, won't hit Jean at all. Will be completely immune to it, so it's not even a consideration. Alcris, I think, is best placed over here.
I'll apologize later.
Okay. Yeah, we might even just let the Levin Sword come in here and attack, and then use Chloe to do a big snipe on the Phantom Wyvern instead. So, who is the most important one to take out? Definitely Nova. Seedall can come up here. And she can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, and she can pull back. Okay, yeah, she can do that. Yeah, we can actually leave the Levin Sword alive, and I think we'll actually be fine as long as it doesn't drop some kind of huge crit on me or something, which we should not take for granted. 18 crit against how much dodge does it say? 15 dodge. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. We move over here, then Seedall gets to move up as far as possible. Though, yeah, we want to go here, and then let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's just do that, just to keep things simple. And we'll go up a spot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We hit, and then we can pull back by 2 spots, and then we're here, and then even move up, perhaps. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because the question is, where does she stand? Because she'll probably take a melee attack in the next turn. We want to stand on the outside of this guy's range. And she might take a magic attack indirectly if we're not careful here. Yeah, actually, you could potentially be susceptible to 3 separate magic attacks. 52, 49, 37, so we need to avoid that. Or perhaps standing her here so she can only be hit by 1 unit at most. Is it a bridge? That is a bridge, okay. Oh, okay, this actually changes things slightly. I thought this was not a bridge. That's okay. I think we'll still live just fine. Yeah, it changes things quite a bit, actually. Because 49 over 25. No, she'll be fine. It might actually be in her interest to block this, in fact. So let's say she's going to hit. I hit this guy. From here, and then pull back by 2. Yeah, it's actually kind of tricky to not have her hit by too many units at once. Because this guy's zoning out that area there. 49, 52. Well, I mean, hopefully they'll miss. Because her avoidance is excellent. I think we actually just will block the bridge then. Let's... The problem is that you can't really counterattack with bow, at least not against everyone. So we'd want to go to the extremity of this one's range, so she can fight back with a bow if necessary. Oops. Astra Storm, where are you? Yeah, let's snipe it. Now we're kind of counting on the enemy having an abysmal hit rate. I put a place here. Actually, you'll take it maximum 3 attacks. It will kind of be a problem, but because they can each hit for, oh, I don't know, 7 from this, 19 from that, 19 to 22, 41. Yeah, no, she'll be fine. 19 to 22, yeah. We're at 19 and 7, that's 26, 22, 48. She'll live. And it's a very low hit rate. And we took out Denova, so. And everybody's slow. She's got, what, speed 60? That's crazy. Okay. In fact, we could even play around with bolting if we have a natural candidate for it, which we might not. Also, we have to watch out for this guy. No, we don't. We're fine. We have to watch out for the 11 sword for anybody entering that area, though, which is fine if you have really high resilience like these two. But even so, I mean, we can try and engage and see what a hit rate is like for bolting. Just to play with it. Maximize our turn efficiency. 78% on some of these, that's actually not too bad. 44 on that one, that's too bad. Surprisingly good even against some of the other mages here. But yeah, we can start doing some early chipping away at things like the tomahawks. In fact, it might even be worthwhile to do that with an adjacency buff. Still don't know what Book of Worlds does. What is that? Ah, okay, Book 2, Flame. Ah, I see. So it switches between different kinds of elements. Freezes and sets on fire. Okay, so it flips between different attacks per turn. Okay, didn't know that. Now we do. Because the idea here is that if we park her beside my S support, then she's able to not only have a really good hit rate, but start chipping away at some enemies well in advance, which would potentially give you a bit of efficiency in terms of this turn. Let's just do it. Might as well play with the new toys. Citrin's sporting her new do. Doesn't look anything like her normal self with that. Also, sound is dead. Let's fix it up quickly. I suppose it's that time of the stream again. Don't know how long we were sitting on that, but I imagine it wasn't too long. Let's just do a quick reset. I feel like it's sometimes the sounds from certain spell effects that will just trip that up, depending on how it's being processed. Okay, let's keep going. And we'll try to continue to keep an eye on that. Yeah, Veil and Violet can probably just stand there just fine. And maybe switch over to Excalibur just to make a point. We needed to watch the speed on this guy, actually. 38 speed. We didn't think about that nearly enough. Oh yeah, we didn't think about that nearly enough, did we? 37. Yeah, we did. We already counted for that. So that's going to be 14-14. if that's the target. Everybody else who might be the target has really high resilience, and so we're not worried about them. Switch to Excalibur. Let's just wait for the time being. Anna and Hector should probably stand back, though, unless... Yeah, we don't want them to put a melee range over there, so we'll just stand them back here for the moment. Maybe here. Piercing Glare is kind of an anti-range ability. We'll hopefully be able to bait everybody in. Yeah, as expected, about 20. Ooh, that crit is not good. Given that crit, I wonder if she'll be attacked by the other one. It's a pretty weak attack, though, from the other griffin, so no, that's fine. Barely any damage here, in fact. That gets knocked down, and that's okay. We've taken out most of the enemies in that location, but we will have lots of reinforcements to deal with.
Don't stand in my way.
Okay, how well he doing here? Pretty well. Doesn't quite get to kills, but gets reasonably close, so we can just chip everybody down. Always nicer when he manages to take everyone else at once, but... Yeah, between these three, I think we should be able to do a fairly clean hit and run. Someone can hit over here and have Seedall reload to hit another one. And as long as we take out all three, we're probably fine. We obviously don't want to stand directly into that. We want to do something like a Pokemon from range, but that would do it. Yeah, first attack should probably be Chloe taking out this mage and pulling back. Then we don't even have to deal with flyers coming over here. In fact, we're perfectly fine for the time being until we see what's going on with their reinforcements. It's marked a Griffin Knight. That's an issue. Wyvern will probably wait until the next round we have Astra. In fact, let's mark anybody who has a magic attack, because actually that's a lot of this squad here. Pretty much a full magic squad. Just so we track who's who. So we don't forget anything obvious. Okay, we're going to be fine, I think. Right now, no real opportunity to double up in a whole party yet, simply because our movement is so constrained anyhow, but we should rather easily be able to go like this and hit. Would have been nice if I could get in closer somewhere, but yeah, we'll take it. Yeah, so that'll hit. You do a second attack on this guy, and you pull back again. Let's send up some of our backline here and give him some kills. 72%, that's too bad. That's okay, we'll have her kill this instead, I think. Got lots of options here, unless we have to be aware of that speed. Okay, 2%. Oh, 97% of longbow, that's what we want to see. 69%. Yeah, hit rate's going to be the main limitation here, but it looks a bit. And in light of that, we should see how we're doing. 100% on that guy? Yeah, so. Let's prioritize hit rate. As I look at the 72% we have there, that's not great. Well then. Yeah, just take this out, maybe, and... Actually, no, let's just roll the dice on Anna here. If she doesn't hit, we've got lots of other attacking options. Yeah, we'll try to maximize hit, which means going for the Radiant.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at our placement here. Excalibur, not going to do much. But over here, we can chip that down.
First one free. Good night.
No trouble so far. And she's out of range of everybody down here too, so. Walkers can even go down to this location, which means Louis can move on up, and let's see if we need to deal with magic attacks. There's the Thoron. Other than that, not really, though. Thoron is going to hit at 3 range regardless, so... 54 damage on that. Well, it depends on whether you remain an Urban, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. You can... It's so good. It's... not really an issue so long as I am able to fight back against everybody else here. This is all melee attacks. And it's lances here, so we might as well just stay on Irvin, in fact. Yeah, this guy's going to try to hit, but 54... or 18, there will be a bit of damage reduction to that, as long as, once again, we absorb a crit. And only send other units with good magic defense behind them. And once more, we are able to use bolting if necessary. %, better not miss. Okay. As the Trin and Soren can probably do a little bit of work bolting. Let's just see who we can hit. We can hit anybody we like, really. Although prioritizing hit rate is probably a good idea. So, for example, if I tap this guy, then we don't have to deal with Chain Guard, so that is probably best. Yeah, not the strongest thing here, but we'll deal with it. Anyway, see all back here, we'll need to double up in Chloe, so let's do this quickly.
A good wind.
And we know how this is going to go. And he can even canter forward. Let's make sure, first of all, that this attack actually works. Do we have a higher hit rate than that? Not really, but I guess we just need to make sure this works. And if it doesn't, she does have a retreat square waiting for her, so we'll retreat. And this will be the natural play, and then we'll maybe see if we push up there and getting close rather than going back. I could use a heal, but then that's probably what Ivy is for. Ivy will have to heal herself with something like a Dragon Vein soon anyway. And the idea is we get up here as soon as possible to pummel some of these units up top and have a chance to fly around as well. Let's in fact see. Yeah, the Swordmaster over here, we could even hit that soon. Or drop doubles and bait them in next turn with all you can handle. And yeah, I guess we'll be over here as well, so we can grab Emblem Energy right away, and if we grab Emblem Energy, then we can subsequently take out the Phantom Wyvern very, very quickly. So I think this will be the way to go. We'll hit this.
It's tea time! I can't retreat now.
This guy hasn't been baited in yet, but he would go. Rather, you want to hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that square would be taken, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So probably right here. If we want to mob that one, as we probably will. Actually, yeah, we'll have canter, so here is good. And retain some flexibility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. And then we'll move on up. Haven't had a chance to do the summon yet, but again, let's see what happens. Mostly the magic attack we're worried about here, but I almost think we shouldn't have burnt Ike's attack that early. And Thoron is expected there. Backup attacks will do nothing, which is a very important subtlety. We'll just take out that whole cluster as soon as we can. We're actually well ahead of pace. I have to watch out for the Wolf Knights from behind, though, because we are getting flanked. It's okay, this guy came down here, that's perfect. In fact, it'll work to my advantage if we drop doubles to try to just pull everything out of position. Perhaps. Yeah, because you got a Griff Knight over there, Phantom Wyvern over here, everything's going to come in pretty quickly. In fact, even if you stood on top of this location, you would have someone coming in and attempting to fight at 3 range, which, well, we'll see how that goes. It certainly occurs to me that we could also do the Thoron freeze on this little gang over here, if we really wanted to, and just lock it in place. We'll deal with this corner in a bit. Let's fight up at this side first. Probably just continue pushing forward with Lee. This turn might be a good time to do a big double push, but Well, to see how to open up some space first. Let's get in as quickly as we can. Particularly with Alcris having a pretty solid longbow and also the bolting attack being available from Citrin. We'll see what happens. So, I think what will happen... I mean, we'll bring in anybody who does in fact have a range. Oh, Cataclysm. So what does Cataclysm hit? It hits kind of a series of squares like that. Is not going to be good against this position, obviously, but that's the kind of play where you use it in conjunction with a Great Lance pushing a unit. That could be quite a lot of fun. So why don't we save Citrin for last, and then use Anna and Hector to just bust things up quickly first. Yeah, that should probably kill just fine. Let's see, actually. Yeah, I don't foresee any issues. Let's just fight. And then let's check that range on Cataclysm again. Cataclysm goes up to 3 range, which is important to know. Because it means that if you want to hit this, it goes 1, 2, 3. So you can't quite get into that position. But you can control the choke point. Or even just bust it down and continue pushing. If, say, you do Divine Fist like this. See if we have any ranged attacks to deal with over here. Silver Sword, Silver Lance, Spear. Possibly the Spear. Well, we'll see. I think we definitely... I do the knockout punch here first, though, and we'll stay on shielding since that actually does kill. Severely reduces the enemy hit percentage as well. And then Louis Knight can continue pushing forward, but before we do that, we've got a lot of options. Crystal Leaf. I can even walk up there with a mini bow, maybe. I have to watch out for this location. No, that's okay. If we go forward and block, we're fine.
I hope I've done well.
In fact... yeah, we'll just leave her in this location, I think. Unless... no, that'll be fine. Okay. This guy here. Knock might actually be best. Weapon triangle advantage as well. The Great Lance is going to kill instantly, and in fact, it's probably best because, well, it kills instantly. So let's just do it.
You'll get no sympathy from me.
Now, how far is Seedall going to go? He's way out of position, but Longbow on Alchris would actually be pretty good here. Because then you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and hit the other one. See if that turns out to be efficient.
I had no choice but to
Might
win.
not be. Okay, he's going to be maxed at a level 20. Well, I need to cycle him through with a second seal. But there is going to be a bit of wasted overflow XP on this map, I think, just because that's how it'll go. Now we can play around with bolting a little bit since we still have a turn available on it. Well, if we need to chip it down, then yeah, but for the most part, I think we'll be okay. Let's see if we can, in fact, hit that backline. Although Wolf Knights are so quick, I'm expecting a low hit rate. Yeah, bolting. I'd like to prioritize things I can actually hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 54%. None of these are very good. Everything here is just really fast and slick. But what we can do, let's just make sure we hit this. In fact, I might even hit it with Chloe so we can do a heal or a Dragon Bane with Ivy instead this turn. Although, I think I want Chloe to do drop doubles, right? Drop doubles also precludes her from... actually, no. Drop doubles is fine because we could potentially draw these units in. And then... the problem is that she won't have the bow available next turn. She'll be back on lances next turn, which is potentially an issue. I think what we'll do with her then is we'll go drop doubles, we'll pull everyone over here if we can so we can do things accordingly. Doubles, we probably don't want camped on top of that. But we shall see. Yeah, because these are going to attack at range anyway, so no use in dropping doubles on top of them. However, it might help to drop them in a way that will obstruct the silver swords, which... well, we'll see, because if we pull all of these guys back, then we could disrupt your movement quite a bit. Passable over here. Yeah, we'll just drop one here and here. I mean, you know, not all four are going to be useful. So we'll first of all just see if we can kill this with the L-Surge first. Then we'd have to deal with this guy coming in. Yeah, probably hit and then go back. No, we don't want to stand in front of him. As with the last turn. Bolganon is going to be it. We'll pull her in a little bit closer. Yeah, you drop all four, and then we'll see if that baits anything in. Let's see. Again, I can't counterattack directly next turn just yet. However, let's see if she can actually soak an attack from 11 sword, because if she's able to take the 37 and 11 sword, then it may make sense to just attack into the dragon this turn to snipe it off quickly. Yeah, 11 sword, we're trying to hit her at melee. She's got res 30 against attack 37. She's going to be fine. So this turn, in fact, we'll come up here and snipe the dragon now. And we'll pull back 2 slots. Pull back 2 slots. 11 sword is still going to be well within range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's fine. She'll just have to take the hit. Unless you can get a kill with something else like a spear, but no. Bow it is. Just get rid of these problems as soon as possible. Hopefully just have the enemy miss and return. Okay. At this point, we'll see what we can do with the longbow. Doesn't really do enough. So the question is what we would take in response if we get hit with a spear. Spear would do 40. Speed 34, though, isn't too bad, because I've got 34 this turn as well, so it would hit hard, but I'd be able to hit in return, which is the important thing here. In fact, we'll get the crit. That simplifies things. And he's at level cap, but whatever. This is post-game anyway. There's going to be a certain degree of inefficiency. I just gotta wonder if we double back here and do the unit spawn now, that might even be good, but I think we'll just try to outrun. We'll have plenty of opportunity to fight back. Okay, we basically just get a free attack off the bolting. Let's see what we'll do with it. Might as well. Wasn't expecting it to hit, so that's nice to see. Actually, I should have done the adjacency bonus here first, just to have the extra hit rate from the support as well, but now we know. And yeah, a little bit of extra armor penetration there, giving me the extra damage we need to get over the line. It's a miss as expected. We're not doing too badly, and yeah, at that point, having that open up is just fine. These guys can hit, but basically Thoron pull up by 2 would be able to solve that. Yeah, have mostly watch out for the 2 range on a dagger, because that's not something that's very readily specified this turn. But yeah, spears, lances, etc. will be able to take this out just fine, and then Chloe can camp out on this spot and start thinking about the next big thing that she's going to do. Now that the dragons on that side have been completely eliminated. Nice and early before the ice really begins to get in the way. So yeah, probably hit and then just land on a spot. That is the simple thing to do. Brave Lance will in fact do plenty.
You were beautiful while you lasted.
No issues whatsoever. We'll load her up. Okay, so Ivy and Corin, they'll need to heal up at some point, but... Yeah, where's Seedal? And Sigurd can probably get her to hit something interesting. Yeah, because you can just drop a Thoron and then pull out of the way. And this is flyers only. Yes, you can fly there. And just kind of track the enemy over slowly. Using a Thoron. I mean, it's a bit difficult to hit. She doesn't quite have the speed. Search could be useful eventually, given the infinite hit rate on that, but I think we're just going to have to go with Thoron and follow that squad over. And slowly return home. Yeah, miss, expected. Oh, and this is impassable. It is not water. I should have looked that closely. Thankfully, we're not in too big trouble doing that. That could have gone wrong very easily, just by assuming I could fly on top of the other spot. And yeah, we'll keep going. I mean, the Wolf Knights will catch us eventually, I'm sure, but then by the time we get sandwiched, we'll have opened up quite a lot of space above us, so... Lou and Ike can just continue over here, and indeed, that would maybe be best for our chances of taking... this magic attack is 52, this is going to go over 15 if we switch things up. And Alchrist doesn't do much over here with longbow, but I think we just move on up. There's a tomahawk. So perhaps we should switch to something that will actually allow me to fight back. Now, 43 though. That. Yeah, Briannock would be able to do about 20 damage to this guy. That's okay, it chips him down a bit. Moreover, would allow me to fight back against this. So I think we head over here, switch to Briannock. Ragnall. It's going to be okay, but the defense number is not what I'm concerned about right now, so yeah, we'll probably just do that and then see if we have any issues with these attackers coming in from up top. Nope, just more tomahawks. Yeah, I see why this map is actually long. It's kind of snaking around like a bit of an S structure. Everything looks quick if you have flyers to cut through, but it actually is a very long, winding path that eventually takes you up. Interestingly enough, that means that we should have considered using... I mean, I didn't know what the mechanic would be with the building going into this map, but we should have considered using the cluster warp with Pendreo and my warp staff with Micaiah's power just to teleport groups of 4 and smash right through the center if we really wanted to do it quickly, but we'll do it a long way. And we'll get the rest of the squad up top. In fact, Seedal would be able to reload Alchrist there and get him out of trouble if need be. Just take a look here, or put someone up there too. Really take care of business, but no, I think we'll keep him there. Yeah, because I guess the intention is that if you do not just skip around here with flyers and take out the dragons early, then, you know, you loop around a big S and eventually you run into those coming in here with ice dropping everywhere. Now these are 16. Yeah, we should actually fight them at some point. Only 30 something physical attack. Let's... that's on the swords, so the daggers are even worse. So we might even be able to just stand here and take some damage, even though movement would be perhaps a little restricted from that point, just given the hobble ability. Or we can just let them crowd us in and smash them next turn, which I think we'll probably do instead. Yeah, we'll get him out of trouble. Then where's Jean going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means we should go here. And just pull back. Just doing a quick scan to see if we need heals. Yeah, we kind of do, but next turn, since he's out of range. And we'll just continue clustering up. We'll be doing some kind of fight over here, I'm sure, but so perhaps we should park that defense sturdy. And just brace for whatever's coming. It'll slow me down quite a bit, which is why we might want to attack instead of letting them initiate. I think letting them initiate is going to be kind of a bad idea. Maybe we just keep these 3 here. Since I'll still have a decent amount of movement. Yeah, in fact, let's do that. Let's just... except I think more reinforcements will be coming with time, right? So maybe it doesn't make sense to do that. Makes more sense to just keep pushing. Yeah, let's keep pushing. And then magic attack is going to come in. That's going to be the major threat, as expected. And then the counter attack will take care of that just fine. Oh, didn't even see the top position coming in there. That would have been an embarrassing oversight. Yeah, no issues here with taking out so many flyers in advance. Okay. Okay, since everybody's up here, I didn't even see this path. Rather serious oversight. That's okay. We can take out plenty of this, I'm sure. Now this is a good turn for be able to drop a quad, except the position to stand in to actually make that happen is not really clear, given that the corridors are so narrow. At most, I think we'd be reloading 3 units, unless we have a flyer standing in the middle of nowhere, so... Let's see what we can do. First of all, let's see if she can get the crit on at least one of these. Makes sense to reload her as well, so you take out the flyer from that point. Jean can probably just attack into some of these. Not quite, actually. Because these are so heavily armored. We do need some spell damage, perhaps. Something like Radiant Bow, but... can also just punch up there. Or just go as Alchrist right away. Yeah, 82%, that a better hit. If it doesn't, then we'll have to rethink, but it does, so we'll apologize later. And yeah, it was just a flyer coming in on that side, so these guys won't even hit over here, so no issues. In fact, we'll just bust them down as well.
I just want to live in peace.
Just going pretty smoothly. Then well, I can Louis are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Preventing any tomahawk issues. No. Yeah, let's stand back. Just in case. Actually, these guys stand still anyway.
Whatever you require.
Well, if they do, we'll someone to bust them down. There's 7 out of Thoron. Yeah, we can probably gang up on all that without too much trouble. Just snipe a little at a time up here. Keep the path nice and clear. Hit rates are a little bit abysmal up here. I think we'll probably just drop a Dragonbane up there and heal. As I've been saying all along, unless, of course, we can get a nice clean kill on this guy. Nope, not the right type. Yeah, don't need Astra yet. We'll save for the moment. Take up more flyers remotely soon enough. In fact, we can just here. Is Seedall able to reach that location? I don't think so. Yeah, and put a Thoron behind that maybe, and that might work. Could potentially hit pretty hard with a dagger though, so. Yeah, with defense 18, probably don't want to risk that. 37, that would be 19 and 19, that would be powerless. So yeah, we'll just let those run. And continue pushing down here. Now, it might be a good time to heal up. In fact. Although, he has got even higher defense right now, making him totally impenetrable, so. Might as well. %33% on that crit. That's a lot better than I expected. Didn't remember it being that good. Cito can reload him and have him go for another round, although that's not going to get the kill either. But he can chip everybody down, which is the important part. Okay, I should have healed him after all then, because we have nothing to do with Jean. Yeah, that's sort of interesting. Okay, you're allowed to cross the bridge. Okay, the reason that these didn't cross the bridge is simply because they stand still. That is something that threw me off quite a bit. Okay, so you can hit. Whoa. Stay on Divine Fist for now.
You won't suffer long. I need to be more diligent.
Okay, we might even be able to reload that. Since the damage output will be quite a bit better. Or we could... There's Spellcaster. Use her instead. 3, 4, 5. She can't really get in a position though. 3, 4, 5. Oh yes, she can. There's a bridge. And just dropping Nova on this guy. Oh, should be fine. Oh, there's a bit of a problem. Is that she's within range of everybody. Here she goes there. Didn't think about that. Let's then just drop some Thoron. Oh, should have actually thought about buildings being lowered as well, but anyway. Avatar's been barely doing anything this map, just kind of hanging around back and lending moral support. Okay, so we are going to drop the Dragon Vein this turn for the heal. I think it's pretty necessary at this stage. Maybe fight head on. Yeah, that would do. And then we start working on that segment.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure you are. Stand back by 1. Drop doubles is something that we should probably consider in our near future. Also, yeah, might as well just keep the flyer squad together for the time being then. Yep, hits at the end of the turn, that's fine. Everything there works for me.
I'm listening.
Did these even run, or did they just stand still? No, they definitely run. We just haven't been in the right position to show that off. And moreover, Ivy didn't heal up from her own Dragon Vein, which is not what I expected. Yeah, she's gonna have to heal up pretty soon. she'll be in some trouble. Spear against 11 sword, that's going to be just fine, I think. Defense is just about the same. We just go up there and hit, I guess. And pull back out. These guys, just to be sure we know where we're going, yeah. Yeah, defense 30, she's gonna be fine. Anyway, I'll probably need to rehabilitate Ivy and get it back into some semblance of healing range. Actually, she's pretty far out of position, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, not everybody's going to be within position here. Let's just keep going. Now, does anybody need to be reloaded? Yes, Citrin and Soren. I guess we park here eventually. Okay, Vale will hit this easily. We'll just keep pushing. Well, we're staying out of range of this owl. Not this owl, this griffin rather, but yeah, that would do about 15. We don't want to mess with it too much, I think. Particularly because it would double up. Okay. And we can just flank everything from behind. I think that's best. We kind of need to reunite her with the group. Which might have been easier going up top at this point, given how big of a diversion this is, but that's okay. We'll figure something out. Anything one-shots? No, not quite. Anyway, we've got a lot of the map left to go. It's been simple so far, just lots of room remaining. Okay. Well, who's gonna do the heal up? Probably Jean. Okay, so in that case we'll heal up beside him. Is everybody here fighting melee? Almost. 11 swords not. Yeah, let's just switch to Brianna just in case. Although, against defense 20, maybe that one-shots them. Need minimum 50. 65. Well, it's only going to hit once, yeah. So, given that it's 55, yep, we should go Great Lance. Okay. Might even be able to reload her. In fact, the best way to do it would be to get her to sit and then pull her back out. Possibly even get working on another round of bolting straight away. No, I think this is right. Switch her to Beth. Faster weapon, just in case that matters unexpectedly now at some point. Actually, she won't be able to do much. Well, no, she can sit on bolting. Might even be the idea. Okay.
May I call on you?
No valid attackers from the standard range, which is why we did not have that option immediately. What's this? This is 100%. And we should obviously prioritize the 100%. What is that? Oh, just a little general. Well, given the selection that we've had so far, what was that 93% we just saw? Yeah, actually taking out some of the longbow. I mean, you know, they're going to heal up anyway. It's not a very permanent solution, but something that'll keep in mind eventually. Ah, okay, they're out of range, so can't do that. But we can perhaps hit a longbow. That's quite a lot to catch up on. Yeah, 35 over here. That takes it down by half. I think that's got to be the candidate. Okay, there we go. Probably will be healed up, but better than no poke. Yeah, that's not gonna last, but yeah, get him healed up. Okay. Everything done. Tricky turn, but we made it. Well, not tricky, actually, just long. It was pretty straightforward, in fact. Yeah, the way we're set up now, we're just about ready to make some big push. Interestingly, that Knights have branched off. Yeah, as expected, partial heal. That opened up, and that's okay, we've got lots of space. Well, this guy we know about already. No. Okay, so lots of cavalry. Let them start over here. This might actually be the point at which we bust out the Cataclysm. It doesn't quite hit hard enough, in fact. Okay, so well, let's worry about that down the line. Yeah, so this guy came back here to do a bit of a one-on-one. That's coming in way too close. So it's still with a sword, not a dagger, which is fine. And then, hopefully we just don't have her mobbed by reinforcements along the way. Now, first things first, let's see, because if I do this, I actually kind of need a little bit of room. Well, let's unpack this a little bit. Okay, so where is whichever owl was complaining or something about not going to the cinema enough? Am I remember that closely? That was somebody's support. Deeply anachronistic as always. Okay, I think we go like this. Then we're able to punch for a little bit. General. Yeah, these are all going to be on the ultimate magic attack anyway. Yeah, Cataclysm will deal an awful lot. The problem is I do need to follow up with somebody coming in afterwards. I'm gonna go for this. There's a particular idea here. Which is, I don't care what Catacomb Plus, which... Well... Let's just do it and see what happens.
Soren.
Oh, interesting. That Soren and Ike get to link to each other. That's a mechanic that I didn't even know existed. Okay, now we bust down to rest. Okay. Got so many of these over here, we can definitely assign something each cluster. Well, let's... take this out one by one.
I'm strong after all.
And decluster a little bit. I mean, that's certainly improving. %, not great. Might not be the optimal choice here. Yeah, just thinking ahead to what the partnership strategy is going to be here. At this point, we definitely have the flexibility to go back and deal with this guy. Instead, we're going to push ahead.
I had to stop you.
Okay, pretty clear. And there are the books. Maybe similar to what we're doing right now. In fact, given the bow over here, yeah, so as for the one straggler, we take it out with just about anybody as long as they have a good weapon weight attached to them. And not much to do with Anna and Hector just yet, but it's just a
This isn't so bad.
quirk of the position. Let's figure out the weapon here. Oh, and sword, yeah, definitely want to test this first. Now, where did that even go? Let's... No, where did it even go? Might have just been imagining things. Anyway, let's... Right, because I wanted to check, yes, which other acts we're going to be playing.
Was that sufficient?
Okay, next. I mean, pretty straightforward. Okay. went about as well as planned, I guess. Really quite secure, and that is the risk. Still have a couple of options, though. Percentage is 1, but we're rapidly losing space. Maybe we should have planned for that in advance. Yeah, because I guess the idea is to just play something bog standard and watch. Now, what's going on over here? Yeah, I can't really hit that guy directly just yet, but we might be able to fly over here, and then nobody can hit in that location, so just hit it with some Thoron if we can. Oh, you know what? We'll take it. That solves some problems. B-Minutes, welcome. Pepsi Man. Okay. We'll park her up here. Still need to heal her up at some point, but that'll do. Definitely need to get rid of this guy, so we can get somebody who can hit at 3 range with maybe the Thoron, then that might be the best idea. Since we clustered everyone a little too excessively. And then we'd have to deal with 11 sword, which I think we can do. Nobody is really at risk. Magic 37 by 2. Yeah, nobody's at really seriously low resilience now. Gotta go to bed soon, but you'll hang out for a bit? Yeah, you're quite welcome to. B-Minutes, I almost forgot to ask. Since you have a perspective on this as somebody who works with, what was it, middle school students or so? Have you been seeing this thing I've been hearing about where apparently all the kids at that age have suddenly been the mysterious factor that was responsible for the boom in chess players that everybody's been trying to explain this year? Where, you know, apparently like high schoolers, middle schoolers are just all getting into tons and tons of chess. Is that something you've seen? Just purely out of curiosity. Okay, so we're going to reload Veil. Yeah, the Thoron should do. Yeah, you've heard about that. Okay, let's just stay out of range of that guy for now. He's going to come in here, so we probably don't want to deal with it just yet, so we can come in here now. Yeah, this hopefully won't kill anybody. Magic attack 37. The worst case scenario is that we have some kind of crit come in. Also, 37 over 55. No, this resilience will be more than enough. So I'll probably just dump the Thoron on this. Oh, I don't like that hit rate. It's pretty ugly, actually. We could be in trouble.
First quest free.
Yeah, but we're not. Okay, good. And it's magic, but in order to avoid Flashing Fist will put her in this position and just wait. Okay. Alright, she's all the way over here. Let's see what we can do. Probably just a poke, and then maybe we can try to fight this one directly. In fact, going Lance against these guys will be pretty good. We want to stay out of range of a spear, perhaps. Because this way would come in, go spear versus spear or something. I think you'll be fine, actually. Yeah, just come in and kill this. And probably start doubling back around there. Although, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish or so. Somewhere around here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you could get there and start picking a lot of stuff off, but probably merging back into the central cluster would be best. And yeah, let's poke this guy and then move back to where it was, perhaps. We do want to take on these soon enough. And this guy with the Resilience 11, he's not going to fall anytime soon, so unless we're able to get the kill using the Flame Lance this turn, no, we won't. So yeah, because this guy will come in with a sword. Better just stay out of the way, I think, for a moment. Now, what was that about the Dark Inferno range? Ah, yes, that's Camilla's attack. Just give you a range indicator on that. 84% that we can do better, I think. Okay. That's all done. Then you can go back one slot. And probably just start to prepare now. Does anybody have a long range attack? Yeah, it's the sphere. Spear, rather. So let's just park over here. That's it for the turn. Okay, that hits pretty hard. I was concerned about that, but I did calculate that in advance and realized I would be safe, so as long as there wasn't a high probability crit or something. That's going to be taken down. More reinforcements galore. Okay, so yeah, let's not dawdle. No point in staying back and fighting. We'll just end up getting trapped, so. Yeah, we don't want Ivy to get trapped, because it's getting to the point where she is running out of safe places to go, but we'll see. Brave axe in the cavalry. It's going to be a bit of a thrill. Yeah, at this point I think Chloe assisting with some of the shoot downs here is maybe going to be the best idea, because then mostly just worry about these guys. We can otherwise do pretty well, although there's some definition of well. Because the idea is that you do something with going L-Surge, doesn't do nearly enough, and you would get muted, so. She is a bit trapped there. And then who's able to come over here? Who's hitting that location? These guys, okay. Daggers. And they do run pretty far. I think we'll just need to use the corn freeze to get out. And just try to rejoin the group. Worst case scenario, we get Citrin to pop a rescue staff. We'll basically go up this column. Yeah, we have more than enough resources to deal with this here. Go for that 54% crit, or we just go for the Brave Axe. A little worried about that 16% crit in response if she does miss. We had the exact same scenario yesterday. Or not yesterday, but the last stream. Where she just walked right into a crit because of that low dodge from the weapon mod. Might have safer options. Yeah, this would basically kill. Okay, I think that's how we'll do it. We'll go like this. Second shot misses. That's the contingency we're planning for. We can still do okay. And that's going to hit 100%, so we'll just take it. We'll probably use her for a shoot down on the Griffin Knight coming up from the bottom. Something anti-dragon. Works for me. Now we'll definitely need some kind of shoot down. Let's see. Well, first of all, one of ours should just kill 92%. I mean, we'd better hit with his 92% or he just dies. 100%. Let's do it. Normally wouldn't take this risk, but
I can't believe I did that.
I felt lucky. Okay, so probably I'm going to go Anna for this one. %, not great. Can't see what alternatives there are. The 7 but it does inflict break, which is important. Yeah, once again, way too much of a crit in response. We absolutely need to land a hit. Let's just take it.
All in a day's work.
Okay. It still leads to a bit of an issue here with having Corin, unless I do some kind of freeze play on the way out, which I'm seriously considering. take this out. We're going to do a quick damage assessment first, though. This is not the actual move. I just want to do a quick check to see eventually, if we want to go for this, how much she can actually do. Interestingly enough, she does get to take a whole life bar off of Camilla. I think we should do that right now, then. Because you can just camp here and just, you know, engage a couple turns at a time and just snipe Camilla gradually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Problem is that should be within range of something afterwards. What is this marker? Who is there? Brave bow, silver sword, bolt axe, lightning. How come this is within range? Whose range is this? Grants move 2. Terrain as a flying. Nope, I don't see that being the case. Bolt axe gets up to 2 range. Oh, maybe it's like the range for Dark Inferno. I'm not sure. Well, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's possible to have an escape square. You go here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you escape out back. Looks like nobody will hit. Or here. No, that's too distant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, no. It's gotta be this one. And yeah, if we just take off a life bar now, it's gonna save so much trouble later.
As if I'd lose.
Hopefully there isn't some kind of massive event trigger from doing this.
I can't retreat now.
Nope, you can't. Pull her out. Okay, now we need to figure out how to escape this. Maybe. Probably just use Corrin's ability to freeze this guy. And then run out. Because then this guy would run over and she'd be still pretty fine. Yeah, I think that's got to be the best idea. And in fact, that's just going to kill in the best case scenario. Not expecting the best case, but we could have even gone L-Search, but going melee range probably would have been a bad idea. Or we can just head out. Okay. While reinforcements out back, we will hopefully be able to just ignore them. I also don't know if anybody was particularly lootable past this point. It didn't look like it. But yeah, let's just send the crew up.
I am sorry.
Longbow. Yeah, we'll just gradually step around. Anybody here needs heals? Yes, Alchrist. That's okay, well, top him off.
I'm not badly hurt.
Magic stat there, finally coming in handy. Yeah, and we'll come up here and just head towards the bridge, and then we've got lots of magic attackers coming. We'll just have to deal with it. Okay, she pulled the whole squad over there. Maybe that was a bit of an unwise idea. That's okay, because... Oh yeah, she's got movement 9. That's maybe not smart then. Because she's going to chase. And if she's going to chase, well... You know... I can't potentially rescue her out, but I can also drop doubles and... That would also temporarily stall. Obviously, it would be nice if we just get way out of range of the cavalry, pull her down, and just fight her down here. We could even end the map pretty soon after all this distraction. All we needed to do was just fly up here and kill her, it turns out. Because you go down here, drop along this cross. Oh yeah, this is kind of important. Extra damage, foes, resilience minus defense. So basically it's a mage killer. But it's just going to be an extra 5 in this case. Yeah, because she's an anti-magic unit. And has always been. I'll call doubles in this location. It's probably going to be best. We can try to fight her, but not the best position to do it in. Oh, this guy, yeah, no, unfortunately, it just reaches too much. Okay. Now I've got so much left to look at. Oddly enough, nobody to really loot. Usually you'd think that there's be a set of optional objectives to get you to hit some of the targets that are out of the way. Not here. Not now. Probably just getting up here and going longbow versus longbow and hitting this with somebody. Speed is not even that good here, so all Chris can be sent up here and then he could get within range. The Thoron would also work. Indeed, yeah, just soften that up and then continue. And most of this looks to be magic, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this hits 1. Just make sure we don't go too far up. Have to be very careful though. Do you want to attack in? yeah, pulling all Chris in there is going to work as well.
I'll protect you.
Get him in. Just trying to see it all. There he is. Okay, and then we just continue. And that'll hit just fine.
I hope this is enough. I had no choice but to win.
Yeah, lots of lost experience here anyway, due all Chris killing everything, so no problem. Also, we know that these die to the relevant attack. It's not going to be I'll search because it is going to hit me, but I can do an important note. Well, let's see, 76%. Not really counting on it. As expected. I guess I already burnt my Xenol already. This turn, which means, yeah, we actually need to get her out of there. I should have remembered to put on the Corrin engage ability, in fact, just to freeze it. Thought I could get away without doing it, but yeah, we'll have to rescue her up for sure. 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8-ish, yeah. Like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably. Yeah, I think you'd have to, just because the Brave Axe is just standing too close. Okay, so who's going to stand up here? Get a shielding art to come in, but the actual unit to look out for is there. 54 magic attack on that. Well, I mean, it's magic attack, right? So we'll send in our mage tank. Get her to answer some questions. This is already well within bounds. So just going to figure out the positioning here. Well, we can probably weather at least some of it. That's a lot, though. Yeah, that's a lot of spell damage. Maybe just bait. Whoops. A little bit of it. How much is a little bit? That much. That's a lot. Okay, let's call it on this one. Well, let's see what that gets us. Okay, now let's see what the attack will be. I should be able to make a decent getaway down there. Some heals from the center. That's okay. We'll. Ooh, look at that. Didn't think about the Dark Inferno. That rather puts a wrench in some plans. Luckily, because I'm a flyer, that doesn't affect me at all, and it just obstructs movement from flying units, which means we have ample opportunities to get out. And in fact, yeah, because let's say it was to attack like this. Enemy hit rate is actually not that good. Knock down to 48%, 26%. Because this guy's going to come in and try to shoot me down with a bow, which means he should come down here. Yeah, it's going to be here. Okay. In that case, let's just go for a bit of a shoot down and park beside her. I think I should be okay. I'll just lead her over.
A good wind.
We just need to stall for an additional turn and we'll basically win it. As long as she doesn't straight up die. Which is very much a possibility, just given... Yeah, if unit initiates combat and lands at critical, it deals 10 damage to foe after combat. Well, better not land a crit then. Might be a good one to pair with Anna when they get her then. I mean, I've already rotated Anna onto Hector, but then we can make some further adjustments as well. Yeah. Well, I mean, everything's just going to depend entirely on whether Camilla is going to do enough damage to take me down. Hopefully not. If she doesn't, then I just get the kill on her in return. So this turn then, let's just bust down as much of this stuff as we can. Let's see here. We're trying to find the cross pattern over on this bridge so we can take out everybody. Which will take a little bit of setting up, but that means that we hit this with somebody who is able to walk over. Probably just gonna go like this. Oh, nope. Oh, maybe so. If I were to use the mini bow. Oh, chain guard. Okay, we actually just knocked that down first then. And and just take it out. And one little poke over here. We'll
Let's hear it.
get rid of this guy. Yeah, I mean, I'll just maximize hit rate, I guess. No, we'll go shielding. 68%. I don't like it. Let's do this ×2 attack and roll the dice in that instead.
Goodbye.
And then we just keep on pushing. I feel we'll have to do the quad pattern over here, so that's not going to be... We'll use... yeah, here we can just drop Thoron. In fact, it would be better to drop on the other side, but no, we'll do it this way. And let's take a look at the hit rate. You know what? We don't care about hit rate. We'll just use L Surge.
I will atone.
This way. And then... yeah, she's not really going to be in the action this turn, unfortunately, but...
I'm still quite capable.
yeah, we'll just take up as much as we can over here.
My apologies.
Not going to be too particular about who we're feeding experience to. Yeah, might as well be Luin Lake. Here. Definitely just overkilling this thing.
Emblem, engage!
And now we'll do the goddess stance and refresh the team.
It's over.
Then canter back out. Yeah, I guess that does soak up all the experience though, so. Just as I said, we wouldn't really have to consider that. We're going to consider that.
Was that
Yeah, and of course we'll have to
sufficient?
repeat all this stuff if Camilla does manage to take out Chloe over there on the left side, but... okay. That'll work.
That must have hurt.
Yeah, that'll just very nearly kill it. And we set everything on fire. So we'll do a final poke. Okay. Well, that went pretty smoothly.
I'm not afraid anymore.
Walkers and leaves. Yeah, we probably don't want to stand on fire, but it's really just this whole cluster in the middle that we'll effectively be ignoring. Okay, let's see if this actually works, or if we need to back up over the whole turn. That's just attacks and doubles, that's fine. She definitely is going to attack Chloe though, right? One, oh, miss, good. Well, everybody kind of getting trapped down there. Important thing now for Chloe is to not miss. So she's on the absolute last turn of the arrow, which... well, we'll need to deal with it. So she pretty much must hit. She can call doubles again if she needs to escape. Because I don't like the look of that 85%. But we'll deal with that last. If it is 85%, then she does have a small chance of just finishing this map by herself. But what turn it is? Turn 12. Okay, so we're at about a third of the prescribed turns, which is where I'd like to be. And everybody here is way out of position, so we'll see, because Casino could have gone all the way here, so... and quite something to watch. Let's see. Killer bow would just kill it, so I guess let's just kill it. I mean, I'm playing this turn with the expectation that we'll win it, so I'm not worrying about anything defensive. In fact, let's just get a bit of extra range on that. Oh, we should have actually played around with the run-through ability. I never remember to actually use that character as anything more than a stat stick, so... we shall see. We can take out either of these. We do fight back, but that's expected. Indeed, kind of healthy. Let's... you know what? Let's drop whatever character this is, just to see it for once.
Emblem engage.
Kind of just messing around at this point.
It is time to honor your contract.
And who have we got? Hey, look at that. Violet summoned Violet. Or rather, I summoned Violet. Veronica summoned Violet. Close enough. Well, I didn't know you could do that, but I guess we have an emblem character, and look at that. Does he have his usual abilities? Oh, he has Instruct. He can't do Goddess Dance. That would be massively overpowered. Instruct gives me Strength. And of course, he has his classic fist weapons as well, so why don't we let's mess around a little bit. Put the fake Violet over here. Okay, why not? Who gets the experience, if anybody? Nobody. I was wondering about that, but now we know. So they are a bit of an experience soak, but it is to a certain extent to be expected. Just picking up experience at this point, and then go for that 85% attack at the end and see if the turn completely falls apart from there. Nobody to hit up there. Anyway, she's in a bit of an isolated position. No really clean escapes if she does run into trouble. Well, about 16 damage. So, yeah, she can maybe survive a thing or two. Come back down here, perhaps. In that case, let's see if we can just go for the win now. 85%, 2 hits. Oh, that's bad. Okay, one more turn it is. We'll see if she dies. I mean, that was a miss last turn, so. And 2 units are going to hit there, but nobody else. As long as the bow doesn't get her. Nothing gets them either. We got the lance doing 42 and 2. Yeah, we can just freeze though. So otherwise the turn will die. That's okay. We will do the freeze attack. And we'll be able to fish ourselves out of trouble here. Yep, just do an engage attack, and it doesn't even matter if we miss. We'll be able to pull out. Miss, but should freeze. Okay. In that case, let's pile everybody on down. Do we need heals around here? We actually kind of do, so. Okay, so now do we live? Yes, we do, maybe? I mean, Camilla's still got attack, right? Yep. We'll do it. Okay, let's farm some more. Look at this massive mess over here. Well, Ivy can freeze the whole cluster, so... I actually can even do... Torrential Roar and... Apparently achieved nothing, because that is a physical attack. Well, whatever. Yeah, we'll just... First of all, make sure I can still get a decent attack on Camilla. Don't even need to do it by bow at this point. Brave Lance can do 4 separate attacks, and that has enough of a hit rate. In fact, no, Killer Lance is 44. I should have just done Killer Lance last turn. We could have easily killed her. Yeah, this absolutely destroys her, so we can just do that and win the map, but we'll farm a bit first, because why not? And we're finishing this early enough that I wonder...
I can't believe I did that.
I think we'll leave this as a short stream, or if we actually want to risk pushing onto one more map. Well, we'll see. It would be nice to take the time to configure the party properly for the next map, though, so maybe leave it for tomorrow instead. We'll want to push Fell Xenologue later this week, if we can. Yeah, so Torrential Roar does nothing against these guys. They just have too much defense. Or am I understanding that correctly? Yeah, I guess it would show you if the damage were available. Well, let's attack everything we can. 124 damage. Should be plenty.
I claim this victory.
In fact, we could even do that cluster attack with Soren if we reload her. It might be fun.
Join me for one song.
See how it goes, in fact.
Emblem engage.
Just run to Cataclysm here and see what we can take out. It doesn't quite kill everything, though. Does some damage. But here's the interesting thing. If
Yes.
we go Torrential Roar with Ivy first, that doesn't do enough. Well, let's see. Might as well. I don't know if the experience will be any better than just getting killing a single unit, but does that give us? Yeah, might as well just do L-Surge and take it out. And yeah, we'll finish with the Killer Lens.
I did it right.
Basically had Chloe solo her over a couple turns, and that worked.
Understood.
I don't think I'm able to reach with anybody else here, so... that'll be it. No skill-related issues that I can see.
You were strong.
Okay, 13 turns. Yeah, I knew I didn't believe the 35 turn recommendation. We've had nothing in this game come anywhere close to that. Maybe if you're going into this severely underleveled and with no emblems, then, you know, doing this right after
Is that
chapter
enough,
11 or
Camilla?
something.
Do we need to keep fighting?
No, I think you have proven yourself. It is clear your resolve is... I'll gladly join you. I look forward to fighting by your side.
Thank you.
Of course. I appreciate your sincerity. You might actually succeed in shining a light.
Thankfully, I don't have to do it alone. With your help and all our friends and allies,
Quite true. It is difficult to achieve anything of consequence by oneself. I never could have hoped to defeat my father all on my own. Nor could I have imagined making peace with Hoshido.
So yeah, once again, as we acknowledged near the beginning, it is representative of the Revelations Road.
Thanks to Corin and all of our family and friends, I hope you will always cherish those closest to you.
I will. And I hope
Well, I
you'll
think this
continue
map
to
itself
share
is
your
her map from
experiences
Birthright.
during our time together.
Of course, sweet child. I would
Which
be
in some
delighted
ways
to
might
do
be a
exactly that.
bit of a letdown, given that Conquest, I think, would have been a much better source to draw from.
Corin!
Hey, look at that.
Corin!
As expected.
I'm so happy you're well.
Camilla, it's so good to see you. Having you with us is incredibly reassuring.
We finally get to be together again.
For good this time, I hope.
We'll make the most of it. Now, how shall we celebrate? Perhaps a dip in the hot springs?
Come on, Camilla. Emblems can't bathe.
No? Well, in that case, why don't you rest your head on my lap the way we used to?
I think we're a little old for that. You never change, do you?
Whether I do or not, I'll always be devoted to you, Corin.
Yeah, manipulate terrain and control the flow of battle from the air. And her Dragon Vein seemed to work exactly the same way as Corin's in terms of being class specific. As you would expect, given that they're basing the Dragon Vein from the same mechanic in the same game. Bolt Axe we saw just now, although it didn't land a single hit. Soar allows the unit to fly, so I guess, yeah, it is an engaged skill, so you would temporarily allow a unit to fly. That seems quite useful. And Dark Inferno. So she's kind of a mix of a whole bunch of different abilities. In some ways, you get a little bit of Corin, you get you get flying, and you get a little bit of Roy. And the flying, you know, has some similarities to Sigurd as well in terms of being a big moment of movement boosting. I wonder if it would change your type as well to flying temporarily, or if the unit type vulnerability wouldn't be present. But we'll have to play around with it and see. possibly just going to replace the scarcely used Veronica on my avatar with that. I mean, we hardly even use my avatar in this map. But we'll find the appropriate fit for her before we go to the next map, which I think we'll probably do at a separate stream at this stage. Under most circumstances, it's probably feasible to stay, but we don't want to be under too much time pressure on the last map, and we just want to take our time with it. So maybe properly set up the party, play with some of the other abilities.
Well done.
So likely going to finish the last of the DLC maps on the next stream instead. But we'll run around the fortress first and see what pet we miss here. And we'll just loot the map. Why is the mini-map kind of green around the edges? Oh, because it's just the exit, yeah. You would have thought I'd noticed that by now, but... These exploration segments, I usually just have my eye on the mini-map the whole time, so... That's just what happens. And then... we'll just... remaining points. And that's pretty much going to be it, so let's duck out for a moment. Okay, so last one's going to be Altar of Destiny. We'll do it next stream, I think. Very tempting to just stay and push through it, but I would rather not rush it. I believe this is going to be Crom and Robin as well, so best we take our time and do it properly. I mean, I definitely seem to shortcut a lot of the complexities in this map just by having Chloe flank the left side properly and practically all by herself, just taking out all the dragons and carving a pathway up such that everything else was just filling time with the other units, almost. So you can definitely see why perhaps playing it as intended, that would have been scaled for triple the length. We don't know if such shortcuts are going to be possible in Alternative Destiny to keep it well under 30 turns, so as the final map in a set, we'd best leave some room. Now let's take a look here to see if we have some supports to look at. Just one, let's give them a support.
Citrine, do you have a moment?
Oh, Alcris.
I'm not sure if it's because we're cousins or what. As you know, I find it difficult.
How do you mean?
You believe that you're too weak to be my retainer.
Alcris, you really don't have to try and make me feel better about this. In terms of strength, I am inferior to the other royal retainers.
If you're referring to raw power, maybe. But that's why you use every spare moment you have to train, right? Rain or shine, you haven't missed a single day. You may lack physical strength, but you make up for it in strength of will.
Perhaps, but commitment to training is not what makes a worthy retainer.
Again, I disagree, because I know how seriously you take your role.
You do? Really?
Do you have any idea how reassured I was when I... wait, reassured isn't the right word for it. I am so glad that you became my retainer. Yes, we are cousins. Yes, we have known each other since we were very young. But I don't care about the obvious reasons why you were chosen. To me, the important difference is that you volunteered for this position yourself.
I wanted to protect my wonderful cousin.
Exactly. I don't deserve that protection. That's why I'm happy things are like this, Citrine.
Oh, Christ, that's such a wonderful thing to hear you say. I have a long way to go before I know I can protect you, after all.
Hey, wait. I'm the one who's protecting you.
Of course.
Honestly, this far into the game, I'd mostly forgotten which characters came with which as a set of 3, so I guess it's occasionally nice to have a reminder like that A-support conversation. Anyway, emblem rings. Well, let's just take a look at what Camilla's type bonuses are. Oh, there is a dragon-specific bonus. Deals damage to foes within 2 spaces. So, interesting. So it's kind of an area effect. Analogous to how Corrin does the freeze. And, yeah, we actually hadn't played with the Choose Your Own Dragon Vein because we just put Corrin's Dragon Vein on Ivy pretty much immediately. Since that turned out to be such a fantastic fit. I think we will put her on the avatar, I think. You know, we are keeping Violet and Veil. So that just leaves the 1 dragon for us to work with. And that could be fun. The magic attack will do absolutely nothing for me, of course, given that our magic stat is abysmal. But you can also see what other effects we have. Oh, she's got a speed gain, which is great. Speed and res. Yeah, it might actually spend some points to tag this in some units rather than just a standard speed buff, given that she does have it go all the way up to 5. I mean, I guess the very expensive combination skills on these DLC characters are part of the draw. Decisive Strike. Oh yeah, no, we wanted to potentially put her on somebody who's a bit of a crit monster. So even though we'd been running Anna with Hector, for instance, or become extremely reliant on Chloe plus Lynn, she would very obviously be a candidate fit for someone like Chloe. There's already a flying unit. Rather like Sigurd on Seedall, but yeah, the ice movements work. A lot of different bonuses. Ah, yeah, because it's just the same types of dragon veins that Corrin also had access to, so. Which character class was I trying to look at? Yeah, nothing on the backups, unfortunately. But a magic axe, it is kind of tempting to put her on Anna instead. Make her a bit more of a speed character again after building her towards strength with Hector. So, definitely many options available. We'll see that next time, though. And for now, we are just going to take off. So, thank you so much for watching. That map went really smoothly. Much smoother than I could have envisioned, given that we were a little bit careless at some points about missed attacks and low percentages that would almost certainly whiff. Or at least looked like they were at a very high risk of whiffing, like some of those attacks near the end on Camilla with about 70 to 80%. But we made it. We made it quick. We made short work of the whole affair. And that is going to be it for today. So, until we meet next time at the Altar of Destiny, we will say, have a great day ahead of you. Thank you so much for watching. And with one more map to go, as well as the Fel Xenologue expansion story, which we may or may not do right away on